So, you're looking for my latest rant. Well, let me give you this disclaimer before I begin, as I am working diligently on this cup, that I am the person, at least I like to think myself this, who defends the right to worship and believe anything that comes into your pretty little head. If you want to go home and worship an avocado pit, in this country, you have the freedom to do so. Let me begin with that. Now, with that said, if you are easily offended, if you are someone who has an incredibly closed mind and believes that your faith and your idea of all things good is strictly yours and everybody else is wrong, you may want to stop the video here. Seriously, you'll be offended. I don't want to offend you. Well, there are some people I want to offend. Hopefully you're not one of them. The bottom line is this. I am not really in touch with a lot of the news and things that are going about the internet and all the rest. But of course, my family likes to make me aware of these things because they know that I'm a bit on the, I don't know, volatile side. Tonight, it was read to me, because as you can see I've been busy, that a childhood hero of mine, that would be Bill Nye, he inspired me in science, he inspired me to critical thinking, he inspired me that you could be a geek and still be really cool, really someone you want to tune into. And it was told to me that he was basically mauled by someone who is so far out there. I can't even wrap my head around it. I can't. As a person of faith, I don't limit the hands of the Creator God. I can't limit. I can't put it in a box or a building or a concept. So I'm not endangered or threatened or enraged that we don't know the recipe on how this particular cake was baked and for how long and what ingredients were used. But you do run into something that boggles your mind. Agreed, Magellan, like most of the ancients, believed the earth was round. There was a few that believed it was flat, and believe it or not, there's some lunatics out there that live out in the desert, I don't know, eating lizards, who actually believe the earth is flat and that NASA is all a conspiracy. And though we've never been to the moon, it's actually a Hollywood set, and trust me, I've seen all of them on the programs. I can handle that. But when you walk into the Grand Canyon and tell me it happened in a very finite amount of time, when you look at bones and fossils and say, that happened last week, my brain starts to bubble. But what finally shoved me over the edge as I was trying to glaze, my mate actually said, put down your brush. It's going to make you so angry that you're probably going to have some kind of vein burst in your head, is when they say lions were vegetarian. And that they simply had sharp teeth. For what? Extremely aggressive broccoli? For the ever predatorial cabbage? I have sharp teeth for a reason. I don't just live on the salad. And the idea of all carnivores living on and stalking the elusive wild carrot that may at any time turn around and ram itself into your sinus passages, so you needed sharp teeth to defend yourself against vegetable attacks. What do you say to that? I mean, even one of the stodgiest, close-minded, backwards human said to the man, "You need to shut your gob. You're making us look bad." I just don't get it. If you're out there right now going, yes, panthers would go out in the gardens at night and creep slowly up on that beat. 'Cause you have to keep an eye on that sucker. It can leap from the ground at any time and take your life. And if you're locked with an incredibly rabid rutabaga, you better have 6-inch claws and fangs to beat that vegetable to the ground. And that way you may feast on your coleslaw. I'm sorry, maybe it's the medication I'm on. I don't know. Maybe it's medication I should be on. But it just got under my skin. It drives you nuts. I mean, have you ever sat down in front of a television set or in front of a video on computer and just been gobsmacked where you don't even know how to respond to it? It's like one of those idiot commercials where people see that there's a sale at a car dealership and they knock their children to the ground to get out the door to run to get that car. You know that could never happen. Please. But something of this caliber? Something that requires faith, intellect, a mind? Sharper than the average Pez dispenser? I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I think I could actually believe that aliens landed in my backyard and abducted me before I could believe that, oh my lord, carnivores or vegetarians. And by the way, those of you who are vegetarians, I respect your choice. I do. I really, truly do. Just never tell me it's because it's the way we're supposed to be. Because otherwise, we got the wrong teeth in our mouth. Unless, of course, you're still stalking that, as I said before, there might be some killer kale in your front yard. Even as we speak, it could be plotting your demise. And luckily, we have these tiny little incisors to protect us from the vegetable menace. So that's my rant right now. I wasn't going to get involved. I wasn't. There's so much about this, it's not even worth talking about. But there are just some things that I don't know. I mean, I look at my students who have young and minds that are so quickly engaged. Even they look out there and go, you're whack, dude. So, bottom line, guys, if I've offended anybody, I'm sorry. I truly am sorry. As I said, blame it on the medication. I tell you, this cold medication doesn't clear your sinuses, but it sure takes the pain away. And as you could also see, an update here, this is the cup you saw earlier. This is how long it takes to begin building these bursts. And I'm still waiting for posts on whether or not you like my breather. So let me know. And again, I'm hoping at least you got a few chuckles. And I feel like I should be warning you. Be careful when you go in that fridge tonight. Be very, very careful. Because if you open that vegetable drawer and you're not ready, that lettuce could get you. But thank God that you've got long talons and sharp fangs to defend yourself against the vegetable menace. Until we tune in next time for one of my absolutely tears that make absolutely no sense unless you're of the same mindset, you have a good night.